Welcome to your Energy Alchemy forecast for September 22nd through the 28th. I'm going to do things a little bit different today. I'm going to talk up top about the astrology of the week and then the theme of the week, and then we'll do a pick a pile from there, okay? So today on the 22nd, we have Equinox. We have the Sun moving into Libra, and we have Venus moving into Scorpio until October 17th. So the energy of this week, or the theme of the week that I came up with, is bring the balance, because everything around this week is really about that yin yang, this, that, black, white, balance, equity. And it starts today. Starts with Equinox, which, by the way, if you want to go deeper into Equinox, I did a whole workshop. It's a video just like this. You can get it through the link below. It includes a ritual and all that good stuff. So Equinox, which is today, is the perfect balance of light and night, okay? And that's why we celebrate Equinox. We also then have the Sun moving into Libra, which is the scales of justice in astrology. And so we have this like double emphasis on balance that is happening today. And then Venus, which is the natural ruling planet of Libra, is moving into Scorpio. So even though that's Scorpio, it's the next sign, it's still that Venus is our ruling planet for this season that is emphasizing all of this balance that is coming up. And then a little bit later in the week on Thursday, we have Mercury, which is the planet of communication and our thoughts, moving into Libra, and that will be there until October 13th. So we have quite a lot of Libra balance energy that is unfolding. And now the question is, how will you integrate that balance into your own life? Wherever you may need balance, wherever you may need space to integrate. So you could pick pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3, okay? I'm going to give you a minute to pick, and then I'm going to go into it. You can skip ahead to whatever one you picked if you did not pick pile 1. Okay, let's talk about it. Pile 1. So first and foremost, choose who you are becoming. So you can see there's even like a this or that that's happening here. And the balance is, are you going to continue to do what you've always done and get the same results and be uncomfortable, or rather be comfortable but stagnant, okay, and sort of discontent and frustrated? Or are you going to choose another path? Are you going to bring balance to those past patterns by illuminating what could be in the future and all the visions and ideas that you could bring online throughout the course of this week to create that balance and that establishment? It's almost like you're balancing out what has already happened with what could potentially be. And how do you do that? Well, we've got the Page of Cups. And this is all about being novice on an emotional level. You don't have to have it all figured out. You need to experience yourself as not a finite human being. You're not finite. You think you're finite, but you are infinite. And so your idea of who you think you are versus who you could be, and I'll give you an example. I don't eat fish. This is like a fact that feels very definitive about my being, okay? I have never liked fish. I've always been skeeved out by it. But I was just in Maryland with my mentor, and we had dinner, and she ordered conch fritters, okay? And I was like, I'll give it a go, okay? It's breaded. There's a lot of other stuff going on in there, and it's not going to feel super fishy. And I ate 2 of them, and it's a mind over matter thing, because I was like, well, what else would I potentially like? Are there other things in this genre of food that I've told myself I don't eat that I would potentially like, that don't fall into the reasons why I typically don't like fish, which tends to be texture for me. So, right, we are not defined by who we say we are. We are defined by the continuation of expanding our experience of self by trying something new and decisively out of our comfort zone and being novice at it. And trust me, you'll be so proud of yourself for making that choice. You don't need to upheave all of your old patterns, thoughts, beliefs, etc. You simply need to just say, I've always done it like this, whatever it is, whatever you're bringing balance to this week. And I will say, with Venus moving into Scorpio, with Mercury moving into Libra, with the sun moving into Libra, okay, there is this like very romantic and amorous and like even salacious type of energy that is unfolding this week. So it's sort of romantic and very playful and jovial in its energy around relationships. And so it can even be like, I've got this pattern in this relationship. Okay, every time my partner comes home, we get into a fight over dinner, then we go to bed mad, da 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 da, bop, 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 bop. And so the circle goes on. I know that's a facetious example, but it could be like, okay, so instead of my partner coming home and we're going to disagree on food, we're going to like put a bunch of stuff that we like into a picket jar. And so on days, when we know that we're going to be coming home and like in a rush and don't want to deal, we'll just have a picket idea. We're going to break the pattern. We're going to break that pattern and we're just going to see how it goes. Because just by choosing a different path, by choosing not to get into that argument when they come home over dinner, we are reestablishing our idea of self. Okay? So those are like silly examples, but it could be like, well, I'm not somebody who works out in the morning, but I'm too tired to do it at night. Okay, well, by doing it one day, even for 15 minutes, even for 10 minutes, even for 5 minutes, is proving to yourself that this idea that you have about yourself is not a finite, concrete fact. It is simply just a belief, and beliefs can be changed, altered, and negotiated. So there is something about making a new choice and then being uncomfortable with the fact that it's going to feel novice, that you don't really know what this path is going to bring you because it's not as comfortable as this old, reliable thought feeling pattern. And yet, when you have that shift, you will feel so much more empowered to continue going. And that will bring you more emotional stability in the future. You're novice at it now, but you won't always be. Okay, so that's pile one. Lovely. Let's see. Okay, if you had pile number two. I'm going to write down the time code here. 7:45. Okay, sorry, that was for me, not for you. So pile number two. Move beyond intention to belief. Wonderful, beautiful card. There is so much red in this card. It feels very connected to your root chakra and bringing balance to your root chakra and what you believe is possible as far as your finances or your stability. Maybe you believe, and again, this is kind of like piggybacking off of that first message. If you listened to the first one, if you didn't, that's fine. But moving beyond intention to belief, and the idea of intention here, which is like something that you're ruminating over or thinking about, or the path to hell is paved with good intentions, right? And so intentions don't mean anything if they are not substantiated with a foundation that will cultivate this into a core belief, so long as this intention is something that is good for you. It's like to have the thought that eating a lighter breakfast in the morning so that you have more energy throughout the day because you're eating these big gross breakfast, I don't know, is keeping you sluggish throughout the day or whatever. It doesn't have to be that, but it could be like, oh, okay, like I'm going to get to bed earlier today, but then I'm on my phone scrolling, for 4 or 5 hours on my couch at night. And now it's 1:00 in the morning and like, I didn't actually do the thing. Intention is great, but moving beyond that to actually root it into your root chakra, to actually let your intentions take root and become something that is a foundational belief to belief. Let it move beyond intention to belief. That means that it is seeping in so deep that you are able to cultivate it. Okay. So, and then you got the Hermit card. Now, the Hermit card is connected to Virgo, which is the devil's in the details, which I love. But there's also this very intrinsic aspect of the Hermit card, which is going within. It could even be meditation. Maybe you're like, I'm so stressed, I just need to meditate. I need to do all of these things to make myself less stressed. But you never actually do it. You are only creating more stress by saying that you're going to do it and then not fulfilling that within you. That's self-abandonment. Okay, so you're bringing this balance to this self-abandonment. It took me a minute to get to the message, but here we are. We have arrived. Okay, you are bringing balance to your self-abandonment by actually moving it from intention to belief. When you say you're going to get up and go for a run and then you don't do it, and you do this consistently over and over and over again, I'm using physical examples, but it could be like, I'm going to get up and write a chapter in a book tomorrow. I'm going to read more. I'm going to, whatever it is that you think is actually going to propel your life in a better direction. And there's an intention there, but never follow through. And you say, tomorrow's the day I'm going to do it. Tomorrow's the day I'm going to do it. You're always in the back of your head as you have that thought, intention, and the thought and intention, you're saying to yourself, liar, because you said that yesterday and you didn't do it then either. So actually moving it forward into a space where you can, I was seeing a very specific initials in here. I see V, I see W, I see M, and I see E. So I don't know what that means, but interesting. It was like those letters just popped out in the card. Anyway, so if you're always saying in the back of your head, I'm going to do this thing, and then you never follow through with it, your back of the head is going, liar. You're a liar because you said that yesterday and you didn't do it then either. So why would you think that you're going to do it tomorrow? There is a need to go within and do some soul searching about what habits you actually want to bring online, and then following through with them and creating the space internally and self-reflecting about why you are self-abandoning. That's what you're bringing balance to this week, my dear. All right. So that is pile number 2. We are moving ahead to pile number 3. If you are pile number 3, welcome the divine masculine. Woohoo! And then also the high priestess. Okay, so when it comes to balance, there's a few things that I'm feeling here. Either one, you've been too into your feminine energy, which is all about flow and fluidity and letting go and surrender and our depth and our darkness, right? And bringing in more of the masculine, which is all about the light and stability and persistency and all of this stuff. I'm going to sneeze because it's true. A sneeze for the truth. That's what my mentor always says. Bless you for the truth. Okay. So on one hand, this could be a need to reestablish and balance within yourself your divine feminine and your divine masculine. But for some of you, this is also quite literally in the season of Libra, literally cuddle season, snuggle season. In this energy, it's literally about letting yourself balance your single life versus a partnered life. So this is really wonderful for many, many of you. Okay. And I love this so much. There is a hello, hi, welcoming it in. So it doesn't have to be like it's diving in with 2 feet. It's opening the door. Who's out there? What's going on out there? So whether that's to your divine masculine, maybe you need a little bit more structure in your day, or maybe you need a little bit more structure in your schedule. Maybe you need a little bit more light, especially now that we are teetering into our seasons of darkness and fall and winter, which are more heavy on the dark side, right? Starting tomorrow, it will be more dark than it is light. That is very sad for those of us who thrive in the summer season, okay? Additionally, in here, the way that you are going to integrate that, what you are going to use to integrate that is your intuition. Now, the intuition is the divine feminine. So there's this like divine feminine, divine masculine, bring them into balance. But there is also you, and you can even see like the black, the white, that she's in between. She's balanced in and of herself. So there's this really wonderful, beautiful, cool energy in here about your feminine and masculine energy, and using your intuition to open up to the best ways that are going to allow your divine masculine to support you, whether that is your personal energy that needs to be reestablished, or whether that is about a partner that is coming in. It does not have to be that that person is masculine. This is not gendered. It is simply it is gendered in title, but not in energy, but not in actual gender identity. This could be a woman coming in for you if you're a man. This could be a woman coming in for you if you're a woman. Man coming in if you're a man. Could be, doesn't matter the actual gender identity of the person, just that they are a balance to you in whatever energy you tend to dominate, which is probably your divine feminine, and allowing that person to or it could be that you're too much in your masculine. Sorry, this message is coming through right now. You're too much in your masculine, especially if you are connected to your feminine identity. It could be that you're too into your masculine energy, and a partner comes in and allows you to seep into flow and your feminine so much more. It could also be trusting your intuition, vivid dreams about partners, but trusting the breadcrumbs of intuition that are bringing you to the place where your partner may be. And so when it comes to balance, it could be a balance in trust that you have in your intuition as well. That's how you integrate it, by actually taking the information that you are gifted through your divine intuition and using it to find a partner, whether that is business, romantic, or otherwise, or using that intuition to balance your own feminine and masculine energy. Okay? So that is our reading for this week ahead. Thank you so much for being here today. I love you guys, and I will see you next week.